Today we're going to learn how to file taxes, and we are going to do Boris Oswald. He is 24 years old. He's single. He completed his degree in the spring and immediately started a full-time job living by himself. He earned $600 in taxable interest from his bank. He received a 1099 for that. After completing the 8863 form, he is also able to take an American Opportunity Credit from college payments. And on he also, after completing the 8863 form, he is able to take the American Opportunity Credit of $1,000 that he paid from college payments. He is on salary and works full-time as a marketing associate. He would like his refund, if any, put into a checking account. A check has been included with the appropriate information. You will put your name as the preparer and sign it and date it today's date. So what we are going to do is over here, we are going to first pull up his W-2. Inside here, it gives us some pertinent information. It gives us his name, his address, city, state, and zip. So we are going to fill that information out. It also includes his social security number. You can see that up here in box A, okay, on the W-2. The other thing that we're going to do is we are going to fill in his filing status. His filing status is single. You can elect, it says check here if you or your spouse, if filing jointly, want $3 to go to this fund, the presidential election campaign. If you don't, you need to just leave it blank. If you do, you don't. And it does not change your tax or refund. So he is single. He has no dependents, so we're just going to keep on going. And then we're going to go down here to line 1. This says total amount from form W-2 box 1. So we're going to look at his box 1 over here, and you can see he has $65,000 that he made. Now the rest of the items, he did not have anything that goes along with those. Okay, these are different. You can look at each one. But he did not have any of those. Even in the investment section down here, okay, before we get down here, we are going to add all of these lines. He didn't have anything else. It was just $65,000. Now he did have some interest income, so we do have to include that. It is taxable. It's just from the bank, so it is going to be taxable interest, and that is $600. Okay, so that is the only income he has. So we can kind of skip down through all of this until we get to line 9. When we get to line 9, it says we are to add 1Z, 2B, and then that's going to give us, and then all the others, which we have none. So that is going to give us $65,600. Okay, so once we add that, we're going to go to line 10. It says, do we have any adjustments to income? Nope, we don't. So our adjusted gross income, okay, this is all of our income, is going to be $65,600. We're going to then flip it over onto the back side, okay, and we're going to go ahead and put that up here at the top. We're just basically putting that line from the bottom and up here. And then we need to answer, can someone else claim you? Nope, nobody else can claim us, okay, or him, okay? But if somebody can, you will want to check mark that. So if your parents can still claim you, go ahead and check mark that. Then we are going to go down to line 12E. It says standard deduction or itemized deduction. He is taking the standard deduction. So what is it? Well, it's always going to tell you. It changes year to year, and it is going to tell you over here. This is $15,750. So that is going to go on line 12E. Okay. If he was married, filing jointly, it would be different. Head of household would also be different. Then we're going to go and see that he doesn't have a business. or any other deductions. Okay, so his grand total is going to be $15,750. His taxable income is going to be this amount minus this amount, and that is going to give us $49,850. And how do I know that? It says subtract line 14, which is this, from line 11B. So we're taking this number and subtracting this from it, and that gives us that. Okay, then we are going to go into the tax table. So we would pull up our tax table, and inside here I'm going to close that out. I'm going to pull up the 2025 tax table. Oops, that's not it. This one right here. And I'm looking for $49,850. So I'm going to have to scroll down a little bit. $49,850. So that is going to be right here. Because again, it's going to be that first column because it's at least that number. He is single, so it is going to be this very first number here. So it is going to be 5887. Okay, and that is going to be our tax. And that we are going to put that right here, 5887. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to skip Schedule 2. We don't have any of that. So if there really isn't anything else he has except that credit. So we are going to put $5,887 here. He doesn't have anything else, so we add those lines together, 0. So this is going to end up being our total tax, $5,887. Now we're going to look at our W-2. So if I go back out of here and I look at my W-2, Borris's W-2, you can see that he had $5,626.56 withheld. So we are going to round that to $5,627. Then if we had a 1099, we would list that there if this was an income 1099. So we do not. So we're going to put $5,627. Then we are going to go down here, and we do see over here, we see credits. We start to see earned income credit, clergy, we see additional child tax credit, and then we see American Opportunity Credit. So we are going to put in the $1,000 that we get for the American Opportunity Credit. Okay, we would have completed this form in order to find that out. We're not going to do that. I'm just going to assume that that is completed. So then notice that there is also an adoption credit. So if you go through an adoption process, you can write off some of that expenses. Then we're going to add lines 27A, 28, 29, 30, and 31. The only thing we have is the $1,000. Then we get down to line 25D. We're going to add 25D, 26, and 32. So 32, 25D. We have $6,627 that we have actually paid into our taxes. What did we owe? We owed this amount up here, $5,887. So over here, it's going to tell us to subtract if line 33 is more than 24, subtract line 24 from line 33. That is going to give you $720. That is how much we overpaid. We are going to get that refunded to us, $720. And we want this put in our checking account. Here is our routing and account number, and we're putting it in our checking account. Make sure that you put these numbers here. Where did I get this at? Borris gave me a canceled check. So right in here, here's Borris's canceled check, and here is his check numbers. Routing number, account number, okay? And then we go down to the bottom, and per the instructions, I do not want you to forge their name. We're going to skip that, okay? But we are going to go down here, and we are going to put your name where it says preparer's name and preparer's signature and the date. You are going to put your name down there as the preparer. And that is how you're going to file Borris's taxes.